Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Jedi Night's Watch. My name is Graham, and today we're going to be doing a video on the Moduspace Mono, a final production review. If you've been watching the channel, you saw that we did a prototype review, and then I did a live stream about the changes that were going to be made. But now I finally have the new parts in, and I wanted to do one final review for you guys. So without further ado, let's take a look at the Moduspace Mono. Here it is in front of our very eyes. Some of the big changes are going to be that the plexiglass shelves are now going to be the standard. I think this is a really good thing, although I do think both shelves have pros and cons. But look at the thickness on this plexiglass. It blew me away. Now, the weight limit is going to be 10 pounds, but Brian from Moduspace said you can probably get 3 Iron Man figures still on one shelf. So I think that's pretty good. One of the cons is that you're going to see fingerprints on the plexiglass shelves, whereas if you use the felt shelves, you're not going to really see that. However, these shelves also are going to let a lot more light pass through, plus you're just going to be able to see your figures a lot easier at the bottom, and it is going to be super easy to clean your plexiglass shelves. This is the stuff that I use. It works really well with a microfiber rag. Just give it a little bit of a spritz and then take your rag and just wipe it off and you're good to go. So it's not too bad. They are fingerprint magnets, but you can easily clean them. Don't forget to use my link below and save yourself $20 off on Modu cases. Unfortunately, the Mono doesn't apply for the $20 off, but still, please use my link. It really helps the channel out a lot, and you can save some money on some Modu cases, which are amazing in their own right. Now, as we go forward with this review, you can see that the lights here, you can see the little light shining through. So they're adhered to the sides here. They're super, super thin. I couldn't believe it. A lot thinner than the other ones. And then they hook together up on the top, and then they kind of lock into the channel. But here's just a reference. These were the original lights that came with it, and you can just see the size difference. So Brian did a bang-up job just getting these lights to be a lot thinner, because a lot of you wanted these bevels to be thinner too, and we're going to see that the front panel also has thinner bevels, which is going to just give you more of a viewing area. There you can see just the wires that are hidden on top. Now, I have mine wired to the bottom in this channel because that's how I wired the prototype. You could flip the back panel around, like upside down, and do the lighting at the top like you would with Modu cases, and then you won't see this at the bottom, but you will have that link at the bottom then that we saw at the top. Here's a good look at the felt shelves. They're going to be thick as well. These can hold 22 pounds. So if you have like statues or anything like that, I think this is a really good option for you. Does come with 2 sides, but then here you can see the plexiglass in the background as well. So here you get your first look at the Mono itself with the plexiglass shelves. You can see the light just shines on both sides of the case itself and has a nice even lit. And then when we flip that around, we can see what it looks like with the felt shelves. And you can kind of see it's still very nice, but obviously there's some dark spots and it kind of hinders, seeing that bottom shelf a little bit. But just so you guys could see what both options look like, here they are. And I think the price is also going to be awesome. Brian got this thing down to $199 before shipping. I think that's awesome. We were talking about like $240 at the beginning, so $199 is awesome. Like for the Bladens, I mean, to customize those and do all the work yourself, you're really looking at close to $200 yourself. So this is an all-in case that looks nice. It's like a nice piece of furniture, and you don't have to do anything extra. We also changed the power adapter, so this is going to be a strong enough power adapter to power on these lights. And then he did give us a dimmer too. It's got an on and an off, and then a swivel to kind of go in between. And I like this because you can go to whatever brightness you see fit. So if you want to crank it all the way up, then that's perfectly fine. And here you can see we have our remote, and we're just going to give it a little test run and swivel it so you can kind of see all of the different exposures of the light here. So you can basically go all the way down to nothing, and then you can kind of find your sweet spot here, or go all the way up, which I kind of find that because the lights are thinner, they don't emit as much light as the previous lights did. So I kind of find that I go towards the top here. It's got a nice little handle here, so you can pull off the front panel without really having to pry your finger in there. And we're just going to start putting some figures in so you guys can see what this Mono looks like decked to the nine. When we're gonna use Bad Batch figures here because Bad Batch just ended. I'm on a Bad Batch high. They all go well together. I mean, but you see how much space you have here. So even Wrecker here has a lot, like 3 inches between him and the next shelf. So you can adjust these shelves to whatever height you want to. They're screwed in, and that is the other nice thing about this case is that if you have something taller, you can adjust the shelves or take a shelf out, and you won't really even notice the difference. You can, if you have 2 quarter scale figures, you can do 2 shelves that are, you know, bigger than the other ones or taller than the other ones. So I think I think it's just endless with the capabilities. Now, the one thing is with the panel on here, you can still see the lights. They do kind of show through just a little bit. That's not a deal breaker for me, but that is kind of, you know, one of the things that people wanted a thinner bezel, and we got thinner lights, but at the same time, you're still going to kind of see those lights on the edges there on the front. Not a big deal, but something to note. The light does look a little bit different from my Maju cases. It is a pure white light, but at the same time, it just looks different. Almost like a little bit warmer or a little bit, I don't know. I just feel like the cases, maybe because it's still a big light, you know, on the figures, I think the cases still have a nicer look to them. And the thing that I like about this is I like it a lot better than the Boledens, and I didn't want to mention them too much because I want this to be a video of the mono, but I like this a lot better because I think Moduspace is really good at giving you an all-in case, and they give you so much flexibility as a collector that you can do so many things. Like you can put 3 figures on the top shelf and it will still look good. You can adjust the shelves. The same way with the Maju cases. You can have so many options on how you want to display, and that's what I love about this mono. So I'm super excited to get myself another mono. They're going to be up for order in batches, so stay tuned to the website. Don't forget to use my link. Let me know in the comments what you think of this video and if you're picking up yourself a Moduspace mono. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, stay safe out there, and we'll see you soon.